All right, let's get this party started. The first thing on the agenda before we watch this video, of course, is the hat, the Willie Mack hat. Always have to wear this hat during a Willie Mack segment. So that's always the first thing we do. Very comfortable hat. Just got to check out his shop. Anyway, this is the part 2 to the Keffals video. The first one was really good. I will link my reaction to it in the description. And I'll also link Willie Mack's video in the description in case you don't want to hear me speaking. Because who would want that? Anyway, this is part 2 of the Keffals thing. All this, in my opinion, is like a big lead up to whatever Mudahar's got in store for us. He seems to it's gonna be crazy. So this is our little appetizer, delicious little appetizer from Willie Mack, whose videos are always sensational. So let's get this started. It's called Keffals' Horrible Response and Fraud, Part 2: Bathtub, HRT, and the Ranch. Let's get this party started.
We talked about Keffals. Last week, we talked about Keffals, the trans activist who was swatted and raised over $100,000 for a lawsuit, and then seemingly spent the money on vacationing, buying unnecessary streaming gear, and getting addicted to drugs.
Hey, based, am I right, guys? A little based, maybe.
So for 8 days straight, I was doing coke and meth.
All while lying to her audience about fleeing the country. After making a video about these legitimately serious accusations, Keffals would go on stream again, completely inebriated, just look at her eyes.
Whoa.
Wow. You know, I saw a clip of Tipster giving Keffals $100 for her birthday. And, like, serious question, do you think that it's responsible to do that? I mean, considering she talks about how she is, like, a legitimate, like, she has a dependency issue. Do you think it would be good to give her the money to be able to, you know, further that dependency? Or wouldn't you feel, as a friend, some kind of a moral obligation to maybe not do that? You know what I mean? Not that he would do it on purpose. I'm not sure if he's capable of that understanding. But I'm just saying, if I had a family member or a loved one or something that was doing drugs, I would. My first thing to do wouldn't be to give them money. That wouldn't be on the list at all, right? But yeah.
I'm starting to think Trump isn't as good at business. He's not good at business. He's real bad at business.
You know who she probably thinks is really good at business? Hunter Biden. I don't know.
Also, I want you all to know that I'm not intoxicated in any way. I've just been up for...
Oh, maybe she's tired. I mean, maybe that's true.
33 hours.
Well, I struggle to believe that. Here's the thing. I don't struggle to believe that she's been up for 33 hours. I do struggle to believe, though, that it has nothing to do with some other thing. I don't think that this 30-year-old is capable of staying up for 33 hours without sleeping at all, unless she's exaggerating and she's like slept a few hours here and there. I just think that's like almost impossible, no? So, if anything, you know, I don't know. maybe there's some kind of drug involved that's helping you stay up for 33 hours. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for the $2 from Willow Amnesty. Papa Gut Stream. That's what I'm saying. Thank you so much. That is a Papa Gut Stream.
So, the reason I'm like this right now is because my brain is dying.
Is she short-circuiting? She never finishes her thought. She then starts a new sentence and forgets halfway through again.
It's not...
You know, I've had issues when I haven't slept particularly well, but again, like, this is crazy.
This is sad. Somebody then asked her about me in my video, and she quotes Lenin.
Are we gonna talk about the Willie Mack video? Hold on, I have a quote to read out. I would like to paraphrase the late Russian revolutionary Vladimir Lenin.
Incredible.
Why should we bother to reply to Willie Mack? He would
good point.
reply to us, and we would have to reply to his reply. There's no end to that. It will be quite enough for us to announce that Willie Mack is a traitor to the working class, and everyone will understand. So that's my statement.
Okay. I think this is probably her idea of like a joke.
There's no f***ing point. None of this shit ever ends. I don't care. He can say whatever he wants.
What are you doing? Going around to different people asking you? I think, are you the same person who asked Chud Logic what he thought about me? And he's like, oh, he's not disagreeable, blah, blah, blah. The same thing. I think that Chud Logic and I are two individuals with like similar opinions that have a slightly different kind of like niche, I guess. We're very similar in crossover. Then the two of us are just not particularly interested in interacting with each other. Not in like a bad way. It was just like we kind of exist. We're like, okay, cool. You know? It's like one of us is strawberry milk, the other one's chocolate milk. You know, you don't really mix those two together. I mean, I guess you could, though. Strawberry chocolate milk. Has anybody ever tried that before? Oh my god. I think I just created something new.
About me, and I think that he can
Oh my god.
eat shit. Who cares?
When Keffals says there's no point in responding
Anybody could eat shit. I just don't think that they want to.
because then we'll respond infinitely, that's not true. I'm accusing you of misappropriating GoFundMe money. You can easily prove me wrong by showing a breakdown of the money. She writes this off as normal drama. It's actually quite serious.
I said that I was done. I said that I was done, and I am done. I'm actually done. I'm not doing drama
I will say I do like her hair. Her hair does look nice.
coverage.
H3
And if she actually is committing to the I'm not doing drama coverage, it's actually a... Here's the thing. You know, obviously people want her to respond. Willie Mack's original video had a lot of sussy moments for Keffals. But in all honesty, she's probably better off not responding. Like, realistically speaking, she's probably better off just not saying anything and just moving on and stop, like, engaging with the drama. The problem is I don't think that she's the kind of person that actually wants to do that. I think that she says that she does. But, like, is it really something you want to do, girl? I don't know. But I don't know if it really is something that she wants to do. But like, yeah, sure. But she would also have to change her content, like this whole spooky horror, ridiculous bullshit that she's not going to commit to, in place of, you know, the content that she's been doing, which is, you know, drama stuff. If she was going to actually commit to that, then like, yeah, sure, that would be fine. But it's not what's going to happen. So you're kind of in that space where you kind of need to respond to some stuff, or you know, I mean, I guess you really just don't. But we'll see how long it lasts.
H3 has shown a breakdown of his crowdfunded money in the past. Karl Jobst has done the same. Why can't you? Here's the thing. Keffals has already admitted to misappropriating funds in a video titled I Was Great. The ex accuses Keffals of
Oh my god, dude. I prefer blueberries.
abuse. She accuses her ex of abuse. They have a competition for who has the most mental baggage.
Althea accused me of economic exploitation in the form of economic abuse,
Is this the girl she met in the drug facility or what?
saying that I trashed the apartment we shared and that I made her pay $1,200 in repairs. How is that not exploitative? The apartment was partially trashed because of the police searching for a handgun after the swatting.
Partially trash means that you acknowledge that the trashing was from another source as well.
And also that I sometimes struggle to keep things tidy. I'm disabled. I have
I hate people like this. I struggle to keep things tidy too. You want to know why? Because I'm fucking lazy, okay? And I'm a man. Okay, not being unclean is a male behavior, by the way. That's not me saying anything, okay? I understand. Oh, maybe I'm depressed. I don't know. It's hard to believe Keffals when they say that they're depressed because they seem like the kind of person who would weaponize anything to make excuses for bad behavior. I've seen them say that they have autism, so it's okay for them to say like the R slur. You know what I mean? Obviously, and then they don't have that. You know, admittedly, when she was going through her list of different disabilities she has, she forgot to mention that one the other day. But like, yeah, I'm a little skeptical on that one there, girl. I don't know if I believe that. It's just like an excuse. This is so fucking stupid. It's so boring to like listen to people say stuff like this. Like, oh my
I have
god.
chronic pain issues. I have chronic fatigue.
Okay.
I give 100% to streaming, to making content. I'm
Never back down. Never what? Never give in.
good at it. I love my job, but sometimes
at
I
it?
really struggle with everything that I have to do in my life.
So she's not even denying being a slob. It's like the Victim Olympics. Canada is sweeping this year.
That's so funny.
It's really stupid. But this is when it was revealed that Keffals wasn't trying to run away from Kiwi Farms or the Doxers. She was just trying to move away
Hey, thank you so much, Jackass Bezito, for the $2. Hey, I'll pop on my lunch break at Chick-fil-A. Hey, beautiful stuff. Are you working at Chick-fil-A or are you just eating there?
from her ex.
And there was a
that
criticism
was
that I
funny.
frequently got throughout that time. How does moving to a different country help you with online harassment?
And then announcing it. How does that help either? That doesn't make any sense to me either.
And as we found out, it didn't. And I knew that no matter where I went in the world, I would not escape online harassment
Yeah, especially if you're doing IRL streams, that probably doesn't help you very much.
as long as I was an online figure. And the
What did you say? Oh, you can't say that with the hard R.
truth is, I left the country
Thank you so much, Harrison V, for the $2. Pop a butt. Just kidding. Oh, you almost got me, dude.
because of my ex.
Her ex coerced her into intercourse, which I guess is where the title comes from, although she never goes into detail. But more importantly,
What does that mean that you got coerced into that? Well, you know what? I don't care. I'm not even gonna get into it.
It means her having to move away in her GoFundMe due to her doxers. All the articles claiming it was necessary to flee to Ireland due to imminent threats to her life. It's all a lie. She moved because of her ex. That's not what the money was raised for. This is fraud. Another part of the GoFundMe's original claim was that her ex needed money due to unjust seizures.
Oh man, when is there ever a just seizure? Oh, I'm thinking of like having a I'm having a seizure, you know. Not somebody seizing items.
Checking whether or not she could finish her doctorate.
So here's a signal message, August 21st, between me and Althea. I had a streamer.
Is this like legitimately the person that they met while they were in like the rehab facility? Is that who they're talking about?
Friend who lives in the UK offered to let me live with him and his wife for a bit, and it's such a tempting offer, just out of the country. And Althea responds, yeah, maybe. And I responded, but would you even be cool with me doing that? I feel like it just make you really sad because the implication here is I'm going alone. And Althea responds to this, I'd hope you'd want to bring me. And I tried to let her down gently. And I said, you don't have a passport. And Althea responds to that, I thought you could pay to expedite your first one. So she was really doing everything that she could to maintain that proximity to me.
Without any additional context, it just sounds like a girl, your partner that wants to be around you still. Is this supposed to sound like abusive? This just sounds like, and listen, there might be something there that I don't know based on the context that would change everything. But it just sounds like this person likes you a lot, and they want to be going with you, and like you don't want to go with them, so you're making an excuse. Oh, you don't have a passport. That's what it sounds like to me. Thank you so much for $10 from Frank Hayes. I live in Northern Ireland. Keffals moving here is the worst thing to happen since the famine. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Even though it had been
Dude, it's fucked up.
Made clear repeatedly that I wanted space.
You aren't being clear at all.
That doesn't sound clear at all, man. That sounds kind of fucked up. You sound kind of rude, man. You sound like a shitty girlfriend. Oh my God.
Keffals then says she's never going back to Canada, taking time to zoom in on her crime.
I am so scared of her. I'm not even going back to Canada to see my family on Christmas because I don't want to be in the same city as her.
Oh, okay. All right. That's something. I have a hard time believing a lot of stuff like this. Like, I'm somebody who's been in toxic relationships before, and I know that I'm not easy to be with, but like, I'm tired of like the sensationalization. Because oftentimes when you're in a toxic relationship, it's both parties. Like, people don't want to hear this, but like, you know, shit attracts shit, man. So if one of you is shit, you're attracted to other shit. It's just a reality of the situation. You know, that doesn't mean that one party's not more abusive and things like that, or that they're, you know, but I'm just saying, like, in general, it's like, yeah, your toxic relationship is because you guys are already toxic. But then on top of that, you know, you're not supposed to be in a relationship, so it gets even more toxic. I don't know, man. Maybe my brain is rotted.
This left the ex homeless.
It's interesting when she just doesn't talk for a little bit and she kind of like trails in her own head.
Couch surfing. And when they asked for their GoFundMe money, Keffals had promised, Keffals wrote, I'm not going to follow through on anything because I owe you nothing. And
oh, got him. Based alert.
those offers were based on goodwill, which you burnt through. This whole thing lines up much more with Keffals' past live streams than any update.
I mean, if she explicitly said it was for the girlfriend and the GoFundMe, then that's simply not true.
She gave surrounding the lawsuit.
While we were in Ireland, I broke up with them. And I was drinking every night, going live on Twitch to my, like, 12 to 100 viewers. Am I okay? Am I okay? Am I okay?
So what happened to the rest of the money?
Thank you so much for your case for the small gut, brother. I appreciate that.
Well, there's some evidence supporting that she spent it on things that were not listed on the GoFundMe. Some of it we already know, like her IRL streaming setup, as well as suspected drugs. But other receipts, I'm just not comfortable with going public yet until they are confirmed. I'm working with a much
That makes sense.
bigger, more experienced YouTuber on that.
I'm assuming it's Moodlehar. Oh my God. Keffals, you're fucked. Thank you so much, Tickle Goblin. To the $2. It's Schmiggle Bob. I've evolved into Tickle Goblin. Okay.
Till then, I want to talk about Keffals' grooming allegations, victimization, and black market hormones. It just seems so wrong. It makes
You wouldn't be saying it was that bad if there were white market hormones, okay, racist?
That was weird.
you want to break things, throw things at the ground, throw things at the wall, but it won't break because it's the dependable and reliable Ridge wallet.
Damn. Well, next time, listen, go check it out. The Ridge wallet. Ridge.com/Willie Mac Show for up to 30% off. Personally, I don't really throw my wallet at the wall, but if you're doing that a lot, you should buy this.
Really Mac Show to get 30% off through April 1st. Thank you, Ridge, for sponsoring today's video.
I love drugs and sketchy pills, and my favorite ones are the ones that kill quickly.
Keffals is a big trans youth advocate because she transitioned at just 16 years old. And if
Which makes sense. That is not a typical experience, though. I think if anybody interacted with Keffals, they would understand that she's a very privileged trans person to be able to be incredibly passable and be able to have access for like financial and medical access and even parental support access, which to me is abundantly clear, which is not typical. That doesn't mean it makes her any less trans, but I will say that she probably doesn't understand the typical trans experience, especially specifically for trans women. I don't think anybody would argue with that.
If Keffals wants to promote that parents should let their kids medically transition while they're underage, then I'm okay with that. It's a conversation. What's crazy is Keffals going behind parents' back to promote black market hormones to minors.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Listen, like I think that I think everybody's pretty skeptical, or most people are fairly skeptical about like hormones for minors. I am, but here's the thing: we have decades of robust medical knowledge that tells us that the way to go right now is the correct way to go, which is obviously if you get a legitimate diagnosis of gender dysphoria as a young person, some kind of hormone treatment may be necessary. That's fine. That's between parents, their kids, and mental health professionals who have studied, for a decade to make sure that this is like the right way to go. It's better than doing nothing, right? Because it could cause your kid to have significant mental health issues. That being said, you need like actual doctors to be involved in this. You can't just give kids hormones because the kids are young and they're confused and they may not have gender dysphoria and they might be diagnosing themselves. So you need to make sure that these kids are actually need it. Because if you're just saying, hey kids, here's some stuff. I mean, kids are stupid. And if left to their own devices, they could seriously hurt themselves, So if this is true that she's providing and this is what I've heard this before, that she's providing kids hormones, like that's disgusting behavior, and you could be killing people. You could unironically be killing kids. It's terrible because if they're falsely diagnosing themselves, like maybe they have like a lot of anxiety and depression, and they don't know what it is, and they're like, oh, gender dysphoria makes sense to me. It's a kid self-diagnosing, and they don't get like a confirmation of a diagnosis. Then you having them go through hormones, providing them the ability to do that, could actually give them some form of gender dysphoria. Like, let's say they're a biological boy and they think that they're trans, but they haven't gone to a doctor, so they diagnose themselves, and then they start taking hormones, and then all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. And they start like getting legitimate, like they start like getting distressed about it. Like that's something that could possibly happen. So like, yeah, you shouldn't be giving kids hormones, man. That's, you know what I mean? Like, you're not a doctor. Don't help them get access to that stuff. It might be sad for some of the kids that need the diagnosis and can't get it, but at the end of the day, it's like not everything is going to be perfect. So
someone would argue age of consent laws are good for a reason. Under 18 is too young for permanent life-altering medical decisions, such as hormone therapy. Keffals would quote tweet, I am donating thousands of dollars a year to a resource so people affected by hysterical anti-trans laws can access hormone replacement therapy before the age of 18. I do not give a single shit what you think. I am doing nothing wrong, nor will I ever back down. This is a heated topic.
Never back down, ever what?
Even among other trans people.
I don't think it's fair to parents. Not just the kids, but it's also not fair to the parents.
It's not fair to the parents. Since when has being trans and transitioning had anything to do with anyone except for the person who is trans?
Let me be honest with you, man. If I end up having a trans kid, I'm gonna love the kid, but I would feel like I did something wrong. You know what I mean? Like that's not backed by any medical anything. I would just feel like, oh man, like what did I do wrong for this to happen? I know that sounds terrible, but I could see why a parent would feel that way. I still think that they need to talk to a doctor and potentially get their kid the help that they may need. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, like, I would feel like, oh, damn. Like, what? You know what I mean? So.
Children aren't property. They're human beings.
She funded her friend's entire website where that was the point, to get around the barrier that was parents. The DIY HRT site was and still is the top result on Google. Its purpose was to tell minors how to buy HRT and DIY hormones from people, giving
Jesus, that's not good. Hot take, not good.
Explicit directions. Learn to buy Bitcoin. If you're a minor, get a trusted adult to purchase Bitcoin for you.
What if you mine Bitcoin, though? Whoa!
But as Keffals gained more relevancy with her Drop Kiwi Farms campaign, she realized that this was a bad look and just started lying about it on the H3 podcast.
So just to be clear, here's the thing, because I don't particularly care for Keffals based on all the things that they've said. However, I'm obviously going to be a little charitable. Considering she's somebody who has diagnosed gender dysphoria, I can kind of see why she wouldn't think it's so bad to give... I don't know. I was going to say, like, oh, maybe she's going through it. Well, she's going through it because she has gender dysphoria, so I could see why she'd want to provide this access and these resources. And I want to feel that way. But then at the same time, like, she's 30 years old. She's an adult now. She should understand that, like, this is incredibly dangerous. And it seems like she never struggled with her gender dysphoria in the way that other people do. She seemed to be affirmed perfectly, get access to being able to transition at a young age. So, like... she doesn't, it's not like she has like a huge hang up. Maybe she does. Maybe she's like, oh, I wish other people had the same access that I did. I don't know. It's something weird about it.
One of their problems is that you are supporting young people, young trans people who didn't have access to hormones. You are telling them how to make homemade hormones.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't know how to make homemade hormones. I noticed the new
Homemade hormones. Damn, dude.
thing is they're saying that I'm teaching people how to make hormones in their bathtub, which just sounds insane.
That sounds difficult. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know
how do you
to
do that?
But it's not that far off. The HRT website she funded gives step-by-step instructions on how to make your own hormones, as well as the
How the fuck do you make your own? I don't even want to know. How do I make my own test, guys? Can somebody explain that to me? Thank you so much for the $2 from Tickle Goblin. What name's better than Tickle Gooner or Tickle Goblin? Keep it as Tickle Goblin.
option to buy other people's homemade
overthink it.
hormones. Her acting all sneaky about it makes it seem like she's doing something wrong.
What's the truth? I mean, you do have
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna lie about it, then you're admitting that you know it doesn't look very good.
some kind of community where you're helping young trans people, right? That's like something
Yeah,
you're
of
passionate
course.
about.
Yeah.
And so where do you guys do this? Is it like a Discord or something, or like a community?
I was like a Twitch stream.
Oh, just on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it's all just out in the public.
Yeah.
Because they make it sound like you have some kind of secret or some community spot that's not publicly seen where you're talking with kids and stuff, but that's not even the case.
No.
They really are just
Really going real hard under there, Ethan.
straight up lying, huh? Shouldn't surprise me
mean-
that much, but yeah.
That's not true. She has a private Discord called Catboy Ranch. For half
That sounds kind of cool, dude.
the point of joining is for bi-weekly support groups that are facilitated by a support worker. She's tweeted, I've assisted at least half a dozen minors to get hormone replacement therapy. Cope and seethe. Her friend who runs the site saying, I have unironically transitioned half a dozen minors.
Damn, that's I don't know.
No one tell him I've helped more than one minor order.
I mean, it's fine if you help them get the resources to find a therapist. But outside of that, what are you doing?
don't groom children. I just show dozens of kids every week how to buy bathtub estrogen with cryptocurrency and how to hide it from their parents. What are you talking about? The packaging of the hormones says keep out of reach of parents. They had Lolly branded HRT, which...
Oh. Is this real? What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. This is disgusting. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I'm turning into a horse. Ah! It all makes sense now, dude. Fosh was the fucking secret investor on this one. That's fucked up, man.
Writes, don't look at my giant girl dick. There's an instructional video showing minors how to inject it. This isn't...
What the fuck? Is this real? I mean, it's Willie Mack saying it, and he always does good research, but I have a hard time believing it still. That's fucking insane. This is insane.
Insane. The scariest part is Keffals admitting herself that she knows nothing about hormones.
And especially because anytime anyone has a question, I just direct them to you because I don't know anything about this stuff. It's like hormones is not something I really like. I don't really do the kind of advocacy you do.
Then why are you so passionate about this black market HRT? She defends stuff and takes strong positions on things she knows nothing about. It made me really want to revisit the whole Catboy Ranch thing. Catboy Ranch was a Discord server that had grooming allegations in it.
Yeah, and you know, all this happened because she was like hardcore defending Vosh's fucking, you know, lolly horse goon folder. And it's like, all you had to do is shut the fuck up. But you couldn't do that.
Keffals' Twitter account at the time was Catboy Ranch, even saying she ran it. Keffals was referred to as the rancher by minors. Keffals showed some...
I think, I don't know how long ago this was. Let me see if there's a date on it. I don't know, but like when I heard about that, I used to think Keffals was a young person. Keffals is now 30 years old. And it's like, Jesus Christ. I always thought that they were like 20, you know what I mean? So doing dumb, immature shit is like more acceptable when you're a dumb, immature person. And, you know, younger people tend to be dumb and immature. So I could be like a little charitable there. But, yeah, I don't know. Now it's just like, wow, this is creepy stuff, man. This is bizarre behavior.
Report to them by saying they had a fat ass. Keffals would leave the Discord because of Lolly being posted to it, and she'd write, I have absolutely nothing to do with that Discord, and I think that it is disgusting. I'll warn people about the Discord. Someone would ask, by that you mean you'll leave the Discord? Keffals would reply with, already did. I wasn't active or aware of this until now. She would then get pummeled in the replies. Bruh, a fat ass, even saying she ran it. Keffals was referred to as the rancher by minors. Keffals showed support to them by saying they had a fat ass.
Oh, wow, incredible stuff, Keffals. Good job.
Keffals would leave the Discord because of Lolly being posted to it, and she'd write, I have absolutely nothing to do with that Discord, and I think that it is disgusting. I'll warn people.
So it was okay to say nasty shit about them, but not post a lolly. It's an interesting boundary to draw. But okay.
people about the Discord. Someone would ask, by that you mean you'll leave the Discord? Keffals would reply with, already did. I wasn't active or aware of this until now. She would then get pummeled in the replies. Bruh, I was joking. I didn't know you were a part of it. Did she actually just admit to being part of that groomer Discord? Kaz law is once again proven true. So she was in it and there was one inappropriate public message, but nothing damning, right? Well, she still owns the Discord Catboy Ranch, and it's locked behind a Patreon paywall. When I joined, I was pleased to see that the rules ban all NSFW content. They even had a snitching rule in case inappropriate things got said, but I was still clearly locked from seeing the entire server. So the question is, why would the trans youth activist have a Discord named after her grooming allegations? Well, because it was a good meme.
So, like, the story, the
Because it was a good meme. Oh my god.
reason why the Discord is named Catboy Ranch isn't because I love catboys or something. It's a throwback to the fact that there was a conspiracy theory made up by lolicons, like by the people who, like, really loved Sharon child pornography, because I called them pedophiles,
You Vosh?
right? And their
Interesting how your perspective on that changed when it came to Vosh, though. Okay.
response to that was to make up a conspiracy about how I had a grooming Discord called Catboy Ranch. And I decided as a flex to name my Discord Catboy Ranch.
Why?
Just to fucking flex on them.
Even if this is true, like, why? What is that? I don't know, man. Like, I don't really. Okay.
It's a weird thing to meme, especially when you're selling lolly branded HRT to minors, which you gotta question the safety of. She has a normal Discord, but names in a way that will bring her and her community heat. Awesome. She truly is the worst activist.
Funny LOL. Whoa! What is that thing? Picture looks kind of good here, to be honest with you.
Keffals is the kind of person that always has to relate things back to her being a victim. A black guy gets shot by the police, and Keffals has to relate it to her swatting. Every time I see another story involving an innocent black man being killed by the police, I think back to last month when I had an assault rifle pointed at me by the police.
Typical white woman. Am I right, guys? It's true. Typical white woman.
And how easily that situation could have escalated if I wasn't white. When people point out that this is a ridiculously narcissistic thing to do, she twists it to make it seem like she didn't bring it up. Virtue signaling. People who have never once tweeted about Elijah McClain taking this time to shit on me because they hate me more and want to use his death as discourse to talk about me.
Incredible. Thank you so much for the 3 months. Small gut from Miss Mick Scoops. Gooing so hard right now. I definitely an interesting play for me to make a gooning a very regular conversational talking point in my Discord. Or, excuse me, Discord. I don't really use Discord. I mean, in my chat. I hope you guys aren't talking about gooning in my Discord, okay? I gotta get a Discord mod that just bans anybody.
It's so f***ing pathetic. Feel some shame for such obvious grifting. You're the one grifting off him. You brought him up first, comparing yourself to his situation. She's accused of not taking care of her guinea pigs, leaving them to live in their own feces, blaming it on her depression.
Keffals
Based alert? I don't know.
let her favorite guinea pig drown to death in like 2 inches of water.
What the fuck?
There were multiple summers where she
Did she actually do this? What's wrong with you?
let 4 of them roam in their own waste for so long, we'd get massive fruit fly infestations. Let me just address this real quick. I didn't drown my guinea pig. My guinea pig was sick.
It drowned itself from being owned by Keffals. That makes actually perfect sense.
And my guinea pig passed away in an accident.
Oh, shit. Was it like a car accident? Like they were driving? They were a little drunk?
She was in the bath, 2 inches of water. I got a call I needed to take. I stepped out for 1 minute. And when I stepped out for that 1 minute,
Why don't you just take the call in front of the guinea pig? Was it a private conversation that they weren't supposed to be privy to? Like, I don't understand.
I came back and she was dead.
What? This is so it's kind of fucked up, but like, what do you mean? You just accident. Why would you need to? I don't understand. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Thank you so much for the $2 from Keffals Goon. Okay.
She wasn't in enough water to drown. I screamed and I
But she was.
cried
Right?
because I lost a pet that I had since they were a baby.
So to be
I just don't understand why. Like, why would you have a corded phone? Was it too much effort to take the guinea pig out of the thing? Go. I'm gonna hold you. Maybe I'm just stupid.
clear, you did drown the guinea pig. Why even respond to this? She's always putting herself in drama.
There were multiple
Yeah, her explanation is that she did the exact thing that she was accused of. It's kind of funny. Jesus Christ.
summers where she let 4 of them roam in their own waste for so long, we'd get massive fruit fly infestations. I also want to address
Oh my God. Nobody likes a fruit, am I right, guys?
that Althea accused me of economic exploitation in the form of economic abuse, saying that I trashed the apartment we shared and that I made her pay $1,200 in repairs. How is that not exploitative? Sometimes I really struggle with everything that I have to do in my life. And she went into the relationship knowing that I'm disabled.
Okay. I mean, I just don't know what to say. You're just using your disability as an excuse to be shit.
When I was depressed after my dad died, instead of helping me to take care of my guinea pigs, she pressured me into putting 2 of them up for adoption, the pets that I had since they were babies.
Okay. That sounds like a responsible thing to do. Like, I'm a grown man, so, like, if you already are in this space where you feel like you can't take care of your pets, then, yeah, maybe you should have put them up for adoption. That's not really something that's going to make me go, wow, how terrible. Like, if you have a dog for 10 years and you can't take care of it, yeah, maybe you should put it up for adoption if you're not responsible to deal with it. Why would that make me feel like, you think that I'm going to be like, oh, what a terrible person? No, I'm going to be like, oh, that's a reasonable thing to say. It's a tough call, but yeah, okay.
That I loved.
Oh, no.
Because she said it wasn't her responsibility to
Okay.
take care of them
I'm sure it was more than that. I'm sure it was way more than that.
when we were partners. But it's somehow my responsibility to take care of her when I want nothing to do with her.
How is it never your fault? Things are allowed to be a depressed person's fault, right? This is where I want to introduce you to the Keffals cycle. Keffals will needlessly insert herself into drama, like defending Vosh for having Lolly on his computer.
When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like
The vibe that I got?
short stack, thick kind of thing. You know what I mean?
All right, dude, get out of the way.
Like
I'm
the
gonna-
way
I gotta
like
get in
goblins
here.
get drawn in
Oh,
porn.
fuck.
When people say it's sus to defend this, she hides behind being trans. It shouldn't be acceptable for people who are supposedly
That makes sense, guys. The LGBTQ shield. Definitely good for all LGBTQ people, for one person to use it as an excuse. It's smart, all right?
leftist or progressive to pedo jacket trans people. We are already a target by the right. Incredibly disappointing to see from people who should know better. When Keffals gets blown up for this,
Yeah, trans people are a target by the right. That's why you shouldn't be making it worse. All you're doing is giving conservatives an excuse to say, see, look, these people defend disgusting things. And they don't. Just Keffals does.
she gets on stream and virtue signals.
I literally
I
have
do.
Ethan's phone number. He gave it to me. I'll try to call him later. Do not fucking call me. I don't remember giving you my
I love how she tried to make him seem like a bad person for this. She's like, yeah, he gave it to me when I was like suicidal. And I was like, okay, he sounds like a good guy.
phone number. I don't remember talking to you on the phone, but do not fucking call me, please.
Do you want to know the context of that? He saw a Twitter circle where I was talking about how I wanted to just end it.
Cool.
And he reached out and gave me his phone number.
What a nice guy. Like, what is that supposed to make him look like a bad person?
That's what the context was.
Okay, cool.
Damn.
Piece of shit. It's like,
Does Tipster even know what that means? Like, what is that? What is that? What emotion am I supposed to feel when I hear that? You know what I mean? Like, what? Oh no, what a bad guy. Oh, you know what she wants us to think? Oh, how could he criticize a depressed person? That's the emotion you're meant to experience.
really f***ed up with the context that I have his phone number because I was planning to kill myself.
Yeah.
And now it's just like
Yeah.
a big joke laughing at.
Oh, it's so weird. Unrelated to what you just said, but it sounds like she has a trouble committing to her obligations, her plans. You know what I mean? But that's not related to what you just said, of course.
Keffals' own fans start to turn on her, so she acts like a coward and abandons the position, blaming it on her transness or her mental health. I've changed my position on everything, honestly. F Vosh. He deserves
Honestly.
far more criticism for all of this. He's so damn reckless.
Super
I am not
based.
sleeping. I've had panic attacks over this. Defending him has resulted in all the 2022 Kiwi Farms misinformation resurfacing. What misinfo? She will never clarify. It's crazy how with this whole Vosh situation, all she could talk about is how this will
All she needs to really do is tell you that it's misinformation. She hopes that her audience like eats that up.
affect her. It's his fault. He's so careless he didn't consider how many communities are close to his. He hurt me and a lot of people by being a weirdo. What?
Bro, nobody criticized Keffals for taking Vosh's side. Like, honestly, nobody criticized her for taking Vosh's side. They criticized her for having a meltdown on Twitter. If you had just made on your own video about it, this wouldn't have been like, where it's like, I still stand with Vosh, I don't think he's a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. It would have been a nothing burger. But you turned it into something because you wanted to go and like harass Ethan on Twitter. And then you got dumpstered for it. So
Watch corn on your phone. Because of Vosh, I just burned the last bridge I had to a mainstream creator. And finally, Keffals will say she's done with the drama, all while blaming somebody else and acting like she's somehow enlightened now.
Saw all of this playing out. I wasn't planning on weighing in. None of this was my problem. But then my friend Tipster decided to call out Ethan Klein.
Oh man, Tipster, I can't believe you did this to her. You're the real problem.
On Twitter for how he covered the entire situation that happened with Vosh. And then when Ethan Klein responded, I was like, okay, I have 2 friends now who are getting put on blast by a really large content creator. I decided that I was going to get into the mud. And this entire situation has kind of made me reevaluate.
Damn. I just fucked myself over. I think I was gonna do so much damage.
How I even feel about Vosh in the first place.
I need to stand still for 45 seconds for one of my missions. I was like, oh, I could do it now.
Be honest, I don't really like him as much as I used to. I actually feel hurt and let down by him.
Here's another one. James Somerton posted a suicide note to Instagram, claiming it was a scheduled post, so the interpretation is that he's already dead. Keffals then posts immediately, James Somerton has taken his own life. Keffals got heat because we don't know if he's dead. Nothing's confirmed. It's just a poor way to cover a story. Keffals complains that people who were mad probably didn't even watch her video. But when you watch it, she acts like James is coming back to redeem himself.
And I agree. He obviously messed up. Maybe he can come back one day. If he continues to show that he is truly sorry, if he's willing to make amends with all of the people he's hurt, if he...
Why are you making that video? And what's up with the performative energy too? It's like, yeah, people can change. You know, like when I was watching the original James Somerton video, I didn't really give a shit about the whole death note he left. Sorry. I was like, yeah, maybe he can come back. Maybe he should do this or that. But I'm not sitting here like with this moral, I don't know, with this fucking like holier than thou energy. You know what I'm saying? That seems weird.
He's willing to accept that not everyone is going to trust him anymore.
Keffals, how? You reported that he's dead. Keffals would then change the title of her video to James Somerton may have died. Even with my last video on her, I reached out for a question. She doesn't answer. She panics and calls me a stalker and harasser for doing research.
Based stalker Willie Mackerton.
The video drops and she said
Willie Macklemore.
She's done with drama.
I'm done. I'm actually done. I'm not doing drama coverage.
It truly is the never-ending cycle. I pointed it out 2 years ago and it still rings true.
It's kind of similar to the tipster cycle, isn't it? Like, how many times has he announced that he's going to leave the commentary community? You know what I mean? It's like weird. It's weird behavior.
I do want to say, like, I think I reacted more harshly than I otherwise would have because you were the first YouTuber to ever make a YouTube video about me.
It's like, you know, a lot of shit happened. And yeah, I've been pretty aggressive in the past.
Yeah, I've been pretty aggressive in the past, but like, it's time to overturn a new leaf. What the hell is this energy?
But I don't think I can ever move on or calm down.
Did she put the music over it, or did Willie Mac? Because it's funny.
Unless I'm given the space to.
She's done this with the GoFundMe, her ex, her drug addiction, her hamsters, the lawsuit, Vosh, Catboy Ranch.
Hamsters or gerbils? Wait, what did I say? Gerbils? Guinea pigs?
James Somerton, the HRT directory. I am just so sick of her acting like a victim. You can't even point out that she talks slow without her blaming it on some disability.
One of the things that I suffer from, which I'm sure this video will get, which I feel like this video might even get demonetized if I were to actually say it out loud. So I'll just put it on the screen. It is a symptom that causes my speech to slow down, causes my emotional reactions
Keffals, just stop. No one believes you anymore. You're a liar.
to slow down. And this has been often a thing that people have mocked me for consistently.
Psychomotor retardation. To be fair, I've been diagnosing Keffals with this for years. I have more to
Okay. This is so stupid.
say when it comes to Keffals' lawsuit and her potential misappropriation of funds, but that will have to wait. If true, it is career-ending and she belongs in jail. So subscribe to the channel, and shout out to Doomer Media for helping me write and research this video. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon.
Damn, dude. I guess Willie Mac's working with Mudahar on this one. It's going to be crazy.
Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Drinkobex, Necro Valley, Stefan.
I wonder if they're both going to have like a different video released about it. And it's going to have like, you know what I mean? It's going to be interesting.
Bildman, Abby Blackbird, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle, Tiz McFitz, Christopher H, TV Anthology Reviews, Hinklemore, Sennial Music, Lucas If, E.T. Automatic, Fayunder, and the Mega Homies, Reynolds Hughes, Hellison, IGP Cone, Zombie Fox or Taxi, Latchkey Gothboy, Cyber Katie, Lori Loaded, Papa Gut.
Incredible stuff.